opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of the station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.
Well, today is a wonderful day in Moose Jaw area, and I'm pleased to introduce to you Cecile Corbier. Hello, Cecile.
Hi, Jodi.
And how are you today?
Oh, just great.
Good, good. You have an amazing new project that you're just kind of unveiling and getting excited about. And it's all about wellness coaching that is facilitated by horses.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I've never heard of such a thing. I must admit that I was a kid that seriously got to go to summer camp, and I looked forward to going to summer camp and being able to go horseback riding there. And what I'm understanding is that that's really where you've been kind of growing this program is
Yes.
through summer camp.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about what have you been doing, and what have you sort of begun to sense is this new project. What is this wellness coaching going to look like, and how has it come to be?
Okay, well, yes, I have been at summer camp now with horses for 7 years, where I had the horse program. And I have found that especially with kids, some of them who aren't familiar with horses, who really have a passion for horses and love horses, that it would really be better to have a program where it accommodates them where they are.
Okay.
So it's grown to being that I put horses and people together to help them to be able to be the best that they can be.
Okay, so instead of having a strategy, okay, we're going to learn how to do this, do this, do this, do this, you actually say, what's the best that I can help you become through this horse relationship?
Yeah, I don't actually say that. It's kind of like we do that.
Okay.
The team, the Wrangler team, basically we try to really match our kids and the horses really well so that we know that there will be a mesh. And then we do take them through some preliminaries because of course it has to be safe. And what we're really trying to accomplish is a relationship with the horse.
Okay.
And of course, everybody benefits.
Okay.
So we do some basic things, like handling the horse and handling the feet of the horse and being able to get to where the child is comfortable with the horse and that the horse is willing to have this relationship with this with these kids.
Okay.
And so from there, they eventually do ride, but a lot of it is done on the ground, where it is safe.
Okay.
And where then the kid isn't forced to accept more than what they're comfortable with.
So you really take it at their pace.
Oh, yeah.
Allow them to decide how they're going to go forward.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And they do have to establish quite a good relationship before we actually allow them to get on. However, that does happen relatively well and quickly because we do have horses who are used to this, who are kind of campified, I call them, because they know what they're there for.
Okay.
The younger ones that we have to be a little more careful who we choose to put with them. But for the most part, the horses know what they're there for, and they will build in this relationship and lock into it fairly easily and fairly quickly.
Okay, well, so we have this equine facilitated wellness program, and so your team, really, this wellness team is most importantly based on the horses.
Oh, absolutely.
As I've been visiting with you and understanding the program, I understand you have a passion and a real understanding of your horse team. So why don't you tell our viewers about your horses and what their traits, what their abilities are, what you see, and how that will be how you're partnering your kids and your students with these specific animals.
Right. Well, yeah, we have about 7, 8, sometimes 9 horses. And right now we have Nickel, and Nickel is an old ranch horse. He's worked all his life. And now he is just enjoying being with us and with kids. He's very reliable because, of course, he's seen a lot and he's done a lot. So for him to just rest and be at a quiet pace and let the kids enjoy him really works well. And then we have BJ. BJ I rescued, and she is an older horse as well, and very accommodating. She just seems to just be okay with any kid, pretty close to any kid. And so she's one of the, the main ones that we can use for especially beginners, especially those who aren't sure.
Okay.
And then we have Teddy. Teddy is a miniature Shetland, and he's also older, and he is just amazingly friendly. And being that he is so small, then it's easy for the kids to gravitate towards him because there's no threat of bigness and what could the horse do? It's like he's more manageable for the kids to actually get close.
Okay.
And so he gets a lot of petting, a lot of petting. Then we have Falcon. Falcon is fairly young, moderate age, and he is just plain fun. He's a little bit mischievous, so we have to be careful to choose someone with him that's going to be has a little bit of horse experience because it can be challenging. So he's maybe a little intimidating for the beginners.
Okay.
So that really fits for those who already know about horses a bit. And then we have Blondie. Blondie is an older horse. She used to be in a breeding program, and so she's older and retired from that. And she does suffer from moon blindness, so we're treating for that. And she's starting to fit in really well. She's a very kind and gentle horse. And then we have Milady. Milady is my biggest horse, and I call her my gentle giant. She is intimidating. And it's interesting enough that a lot of the times it's going to be my smallest child in the group who is going to want Milady. Because I guess it just helps them to be big, as they aren't, but that is a time. And I think when they are able to have a relationship with a horse that's bigger, and they're able to handle a horse that's bigger and they're so small, there's something there that happens that makes them feel like they're really somebody bigger.
Okay, and that's really where we're going to go with this whole wellness coaching, is that's part of what you want to be leading the kids and your students into, is understanding that they really are a leader. Right. And that's part of this. But let's just continue to talk about your wellness team. We have a couple more.
Yeah, so then I have Trigger, and Trigger is again moderate age, and he's starting to fit in really well. Again, we have to find people who have some horse experience with him because he is not that old. The older ones just kind of go into a retirement and come to me, as the younger ones are still like, okay, where are we going and what are we doing? So he's starting to fit in really well, and he's also fun to get to know. And then I have 2 donkeys.
Oh,
and,
okay.
I rescued this little donkey and kind of fed her up and got her to look really decent, and all of a sudden here she had a foal. We didn't even know. So now I have 2, and the little guy, Eeyore, is still really quite challenging. He's young, he's only a couple of years old, and so he's one that I don't know, take a little more time and try to see things a little more his way, because he will lead you here and there.
Okay.
So yeah, but they're the small donkeys, so it's fun.
Okay, well, thank you. That's an interesting team to have. I was thinking, we do have all sorts of people behind you helping you, and discovered that this is actually coming from a wellness perspective, which is really animal-led. It is really relationship with animals. So if we had a student coming into the program, either adult or child, who's maybe struggled with hurts and hang-ups and issues in their lifestyle, and now we're going to learn how to be more confident. How is working in your program going to help them get to that place? I think you have 3 principles or 3 kind of ideas that you've kind of set out for your equine facilitated wellness coaching program. So tell us about those a little bit.
Yeah, it's communication is the key.
Okay.
Partnership is the goal.
Okay.
And relationship is the way. So when someone comes, basically it's not like they're really learning, they're given opportunity for an experience.
Okay.
And so it's, first of all, pretty much being with. So they just go and be with the horse. And from there, then we will let them know some basics about the horse and some basic safeties. They really need to learn to see things from the horse's perspective.
Oh, okay.
In the end, we really want people to think like a horse.
Oh, okay.
Because the communication is very much nonverbal.
Right.
I mean, a horse communicates mostly with body language.
Okay.
So a horse usually, from seeing you, will have quite a bit of you figured out. Not figured out as to how you function in the world, but figured out as to who you are to him and how you are to him, and should he be on alert or should he relax.
So are you helping the student to recognize these signs then?
Yes, in a way. I don't teach it per se, but once someone is with a horse, things happen.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So let's move on. Our time is going to come to a moment here. We're going to have to go to commercial, and it's like there's so much more to learn. So partnering your student with the horse. Now they start understanding that they are really created to be the leader. They need to be the leader of this horse, and you're helping them to understand how to become more assertive and how to grow in that partnership skill. This is your partner, and is that how it works?
Yeah, it ends up there, yes, because a horse is a prey animal by design, and we are actually predators because we do eat meat. Okay. And so, naturally, the horse should be wary of us, which they kind of are still, even if they're domesticated for years and years. And so we need to present ourselves in a way that we're not a threat to a horse, that we are actually friendly. And then by handling the horse, we show to the horse that we actually can be trusted.
Okay, so this actually is where this sort of that relationship building is important. You've been proven to be trustworthy, and so really as a student you're learning all these things.
That's right, yeah.
Wow.
And it's through interaction with the horse, and as a wrangler or the facilitator, then it's through what is actually happening there. It's really a little difficult to describe it without a horse actually right here.
Well, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back with Cecile, and she's going to share her personal journey to discovering horses are a wonderful part of wellness.